Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Kartik. I'm one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I am super excited to welcome all of you to Space War. Happy New Year to all of you who are joining us for the first time and from our community before. Let's get started. So all of you are joining us on ETHGlobal.tv. This is the platform that we have created and will be using for the rest of the hackathon. This lets us make sure that everybody here is able to talk to us and our speakers, especially as we do a lot of talks today, and ask any questions in a way that is easy for everybody else to watch and communicate with and make it so by being live. So sign into the chat if you haven't yet, because for everybody who does, we'll be giving out collabs and NFTs for being part of this event. And for those of you who are joining this event and the whole hackathon for the first time, this event is organized by ETHGlobal in partnership with Protocol Labs. ETHGlobal is an organization with a very simple mission. Our goal is to get thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And we do this by doing two primary things. We run hackathons and summits. And Space Warp is going to be no different. We have an incredible summit planned for you later today. Right after I talk about some of the hackathon logistics, we're going to go into all the things that are happening in the FVM ecosystem and everything that you can do now and in the future. And we're going to kick that off just in about 15 minutes. And then until then, my goal was to kind of talk about a lot of things that we're going to be needing to know for the hackathon. So we're going to cover some of the hackathon logistics and then what the next few weeks look like. And that's the plan. So this is already the world's biggest FVM hackathon. We piloted this by doing hackathon just about 2 months ago in November to see what people can do and what they're excited to build on the Filecoin Virtual Machine. And the interest was absolutely incredible that we wanted to do it again now at a much, much, much bigger scale. This is already over 900 people who are joining us to hack from 77 different countries spanning 17 different time zones. We kind of try to put where people are coming from on a map, and we were so impressed by so much representation from so many different parts of the world. So I personally can't wait to see what everybody builds and what problems they are excited about and are passionate about solving. So with that, not only do we have 900 plus hackers, we also have 5 amazing partners and 29 ecosystem actors who are going to be here helping you out, making sure that you are successful and able to get anything that you wanted to finish from a project standpoint. And to top it all off, we'll be giving $150,000 in prizes. So stay tuned for a few more minutes and I'll be covering all the prizes that you can win and how. I want to give a big shout out to our incredible partner, Filecoin. They've been working on this amazing runtime that lets you do so many cool things that are now native to storage and working on data. So Filecoin will be a big part of making sure that you have the best possible outcome on getting your ideas come to life. I also quickly want to thank Huddle01, Lightpeer, Lighthouse, and Push Protocol. There are also some incredible companies that work really well in the Web3 ecosystem and will simplify a lot of your life as you think about making projects that deal with storage, video, just real-time communication and messaging. So you get to do all those cool things and also win prizes, and we'll cover that in a second. So let's talk about what the next 3 weeks look like. The goal for me is to cover what you can do for this hackathon, how you can get help, all the summit content we're going to cover, how judging is going to work for the projects, and everything in between. So let's kind of first start off by all things communication. Everything that we're doing for this hackathon is going to be on the Discord channels. If you've applied and RSVP'd as a hacker, you will see a link to join the Discord, which will automatically give you the right permissions. Keep in mind, these are private channels, which means only people who are participating in this hackathon will be able to see them. So if you do not see this left sidebar with the Space Warp category, try connecting your Discord again from the ETHGlobal.com dashboard, or message us if something is not working on the permissions. But all of you should be there. This is also where you can ping directly any of the mentors or our partners or get any help on all things related to your project and the rest of the ecosystem. On top of all of that, we'll be sending out calendar invites to all of the attendees so you can know, normalize to your time zone when different talks are, workshops are, when judging is due, when judging actually happens, when all the other important things are like feedback sessions. And everything else is also directly listed on the website, which is the source of truth. So whatever the website says is what we and everybody else will be following, and we'll be making sure that everything is up to date and the latest without any inconsistency on the website. We really want this event to be asynchronous. It is not easy to do a synchronous event with 900 people. So everything is designed to make sure that you're able to catch up at your own pace and also do that while be comfortable understanding what's happening in this ecosystem and prioritize learning. And as a quick reminder, the website is spacewarp.ethglobal.com for all of you to quickly go and see everything from the schedule to the prizes to the speakers to everything else. So how does this hackathon work? Well, this is an online event that spans 2.5 weeks. Officially, you can all start hacking on your projects now, and you can work on projects with individually or with a team. If you are working on a team, you can have up to 5 members on your team, and you have the next 2.5 weeks to hack. That means submissions are going to be due on Monday, noon Eastern time on February the 6th. And the next few days after that are for judging, for everybody to review what came out of it. And then we talk about all of the winners and highlight some of the incredible projects that came out from all the submissions. And the most common question we've gotten is, okay, well, this is a Filecoin specific VM event. What can I build? And am I allowed to do X, or am I allowed to do this or that? We want to make sure we address all those questions for you. And the most obvious thing I'd like to talk about is that FVM is EVM compatible. You get to do all the things that you're interested in with smart contracts and now have other primitives to integrate with and really make that comprehensive, interesting, and unique. You can do anything that you want to do in Solidity on Filecoin Virtual Machine. And we're going to talk about some incredible stuff there too, especially with Fevm, and some talks are specifically going to cover this. So don't be afraid to try out interesting ways to represent smart contracts. In terms of kind of ideas or things that you can think about, there's so much space to make really, really creative things. You can do so many cool things with decentralized compute. There's a lot of things with storage derivatives, cross-chain bridges, a lot more native Ethereum integrations. You can look at replication workers specifically kind of from the Filecoin ecosystem, and the big active theme being data DAOs. There's a lot of ways we can programmatically make really cool projects that leverage different DAOs and data sets. And there's a lot you can do there. And we also have a doc on the website and also on the Info Center and Discord that goes into a lot of details for all these 6 categories that lets you think about a lot more creative ideas if you're still stuck or looking for some inspiration. And I also want to talk about that experimentation is okay and starting small is okay. This is equally an opportunity for the Filecoin ecosystem to learn what developers are excited to do or what they find interesting or difficult or easy, and morph and shape and make the FVM ecosystem better and improve it. And as part of that, you get to work with the team that is directly in charge of improving this platform and helping them make it more easy and friendly for you to use and more interesting applications to come out. So experimentation is okay. It is totally fine if you don't get to finish everything that you wanted to start, and starting small is okay. You don't have to solve everything in 2 weeks. You can pick a small feature, you can pick a small improvement, and get feedback directly from people in our ecosystem. And our goal exactly is to make the FVM better. And as part of that, we also want to emphasize an early builders program where you get to work directly more if you're interested in continuing your project to get direct feedback, potential funding and grants, and really launch something as the virtual machine ready's mainnet. All right, so quickly on the rules and criteria. The rules for all of our events are fairly straightforward. Anytime you do a hackathon at ETHGlobal, anything that you are submitting must be done from scratch, which means that you cannot work on a project until the hackathon begins, in our case today, and you cannot build on a pre-existing personal project and submit that as something that you did over the course of the hackathon, even though you may have been working on it in the past. Given the uniqueness of this particular event, we will be allowing people to port any existing smart contract or Solidity project onto FVM and use that as a valid submission. So you are allowed to port your existing code on and using that solidity, and use that here, and that piece will be allowed. So this is the exception here for just this event. And if you're still unsure whether something qualifies or does not qualify, you can message anybody here on the Global team on Discord, or email, or directly reach out to me, or replying to the Global TV chat. All that is totally fine, and we'll be able to quickly answer and clarify things for you. And just two other nuances there, which is if you are submitting a project and you are working with a team, if your team is not listed at the point of submission and on your dashboard as a confirmed team member, and you do end up winning any prizes, we will only be giving prizes to somebody who is listed on the team. So please make sure that you have officially marked your team members as part of your team on your dashboard. In terms of judging, so judging is going to be set up as follows. The submission for all of your projects are going to be due on Monday, the 6th of February at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern, and judging will happen the day after. Judging is set up to be a 2 parallel track project path. There's going to be a main judging, which covers all the other prizes that we're going for, which I'll cover in a few minutes. And then for any of the partner prizes you're looking for that are listed on our website, those prizes will be judged asynchronously by all of our amazing partners, and they'll be able to reach out to you directly if they have any questions. Coming back to the main judging, that happens as a synchronous call from 12 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday the 7th. This means that all the teams will be joining a Zoom call, and they'll be presenting what they built to our judges, and they'll be getting feedback, and they'll be getting questions. They get to demo what they kind of built all together in a live call. And the way that's going to be structured is that you will get 4 minutes to demo what you built. This is going to be a live call, which means that you will be asked questions, and you should have something that you can present to all of our judges. We will recommend and require in this scenario video submissions, which means that when you are submitting your project, you get to record a determined kind of video, and when you come on, you get to play that video, so we can make sure there's no technical difficulties or something doesn't go wrong, or if one of your teammates is having trouble with their devices or time zones, we're able to still continue and make sure that you get the chance to demo and showcase what we built. We really recommend you don't do this thing last minute, because this will take some time. Getting 2 weeks worth of work condensed into a 4-minute pitch is not simple or easy, so it just takes a little bit more time. So please block at least an hour, if not more, to making sure that you have ample time to submit a really, really interesting and cool video. And all these details are going to be on your dashboard. We'll just start appearing as we get closer to the deadline for submission. And then for all the partner prize judging, just make sure that you specify that you are trying to go for a prize. If you do not select the prize you are looking to get, there's no way for us to know or the partners to know that they should be looking at your project submission. We're expecting a lot of projects here for this event. So make sure that you get to specify that as part of the submission process, and then all of our partners will review this on their own and reach out to you if they have any questions. And of course, the most common question that we get, and the one that we want to help address, but also are excited to address, is what if you're new to all of this? The goal for all our events at ETHGlobal is to really encourage people who are interested in learning what's happening in Web3. So as part of that mission, we plan for things to be suitable for all types of beginners and skill sets and experts. There's a lot of incredible talks and workshops, everything that you are seeing, down to me talking this in this video, to all the workshops that have happened today and yesterday, and everything's going to happen today and for the next 2 weeks, be available immediately on YouTube, where you can catch up based on whenever you have the time and the chance to learn. And also the community here is going to help out with any questions or clarifications or bugs that you are encountering, and make this an opportunity for you to spend the next few weeks learning about what's possible. So keep that in mind, that you can catch up on anything that's happening at your own pace. And if there's something that you're still stuck on, we'd be happy to help. And if you're still looking for an idea or a team, you can find different team members who are still looking for other members to join their project on the Find a Team channel on our Discord. And we'd love to learn more about who you are, where you're from, and what you're excited to build in the Space Warp chat channel. So do say hi. This, with all our partners and mentors and everybody else, we're expecting 1,000+ people in total. So there's a lot of people that you get to meet and collaborate with. And there's also going to be a few brainstorming and idea session and team formation sessions. So if you want a synchronous call where you want to chat with people who are also looking for a team and think about different ideas, we'll be facilitating a lot of those calls today and next week. And of course, it's not required that you must work on a team. You can totally work on something on your own, or use this as an opportunity for you to learn something and challenge yourself in getting something done in a short amount of time. And one quick thing is that there's also now a tool to help you find team members. So it is a double opt-in tool, which means that if you selected that I'm looking for a team member and I'd like to be contacted by other people who are also looking for a team, you can press this button on your dashboard and find people who have different skill sets or are looking to join or add other members to the team. And this is available to you directly on your dashboard. All right, a few more things. I'm going to get to the prizes and we kick off with the summits. Project check-ins. This is a multi-week event, which means that we're going to make sure that we are able to help you get unblocked on anything that you're stuck on. And as part of that, there's going to be a notion of a check-in. A check-in is a quick form that will appear on your dashboard next week. They'll just ask you how things are going, if you're stuck on anything, if you're still waiting to hear back on something. And with that, we get to quickly address and unblock you and make sure that you are able to finish and work on your project and get any other help that you need. So please make sure you finish the check-ins. This is also part of officially the step for being a confirmed hacker. So you'll see about 2 of these check-ins and we'll help you understand what's happening with this event, and also help us and the rest of the Protocol Labs team understand what they can do better and what we can do to make the experience really, really good. Project feedback sessions. All the sessions that we're going to do here will become an opportunity for you to get the live feedback from different members in this ecosystem and different engineers who are working on the Filecoin Virtual Machine and also the global team to really help make sure that you are able to get any instant feedback to ideas for how to make this better or grow and take this project to long term. There'll be 2 of these sessions happening next Wednesday and the following week on the 1st. So both Wednesdays, and there'll be 2 at these same times. And based on the demand, we may adjust for different time zones. So they'll be joined by all of our mentors, and you can get live feedback on your exact projects and be ready for submission and judging. And of course, I want to quickly talk about our code of conduct. The goal for being part of any of the events is to make sure that we create a welcoming community. And as part of that, our code of conduct and rules are fairly straightforward. In short, please be respectful to everybody that's part of this event. Harassment and abuse in any form will not be tolerated. And anything that comes out of this event is owned by you solely as an individual. So no other entity or ETHGlobal or anybody else has the rights to what you come up with, and you get to retain full ownership of that. More specifics of all that is also listed out on ethglobal.com/rules, which you can check out. If there's any clarifications or nuances that you're interested in addressing, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Again, all that is on spacewarp.ethglobal.com. And before we get to our summit, let's quickly cover all of the amazing prizes we're giving out. Over $150,000 in prizes. And let's kick off with the Filecoin category prizes. So there's going to be 3 $10,000 prizes for the best overall projects that use the Filecoin Virtual Machine. And that's in the spaceship category and track. So the best 3 projects that use FVM here will be receiving $10,000 each. Then we're also interested in seeing how you can use FVM to really create interesting DeFi tools and services. And for that category, 3 teams will get $6,000 each for being a really cool DeFi project. Then we have the discovery category, where 3 teams will also get $6,000 for making transparency around the Filecoin economy more accessible, usable, creative, and just discoverable. So that's that particular category. I'm keeping these things fairly short because a lot more details and paragraphs are on our prizes page, where you can check out if you're interested in working on anything in this category. And then we also want to make sure that there's an emphasis on doing intra and intra-protocol transactions. So there's also 3 projects that can win $6,000 for doing something in the docking category. And then it's not just about those categories. There's a lot more creative use cases for FVM. So in addition to all those prizes, 30 teams will get to split equally $17,000 and $10 among themselves for doing more interesting overall FEM integrations in their projects. So this applies to the next 30 best teams. So you can still do a lot more cool stuff and win a lot more cool prizes for just using FEM in creative ways. Next up is Huddle. So Huddle is a communication toolkit for Web3. You get to build real-time communications, whether it's a Google Meets or Zoom Web3 native alternative to doing chats and video and audio calls. And as part of that, you can win $1,000, 2 teams can win $500 each for making the best use of Huddle SDK. The second place prize is 2 teams with $300, and then there's a runner-up for $200 place prize for 2 teams for really making interesting Huddle integrations as part of this submission. Next up is LivePeer. If you are interested in anything with video streaming and broadcasting or doing something in a decentralized form that deals with video, you get to use FEM and LivePeer SDK to process all of that and do interesting programmable things on it. And the best project that does that will receive $2,000 from LivePeer. Next up is Lighthouse, and the 5 best teams that use the Lighthouse SDKs to manage their storage, manage the storage deals and just access files and keep them on the Filecoin ecosystem perpetuity will get these prizes. And next up, and finally, we have Push Protocol. And Push is a communication platform for Web3, so you get to do real-time notifications in chat. And the most creative use of Push Chat will get $1,000, and overall best use of the Push Protocol for notifications will receive $500 for first place, $200 for second place, and the 2 runner-up teams will get $150 each. These are all of our prizes, all listed on our website. And finally, before we kick off our summit, I want to take a quick second and remind everybody that this is an opportunity for all of us to learn. So we really want you to pace yourself. We really don't want this thing to be exhausting to you. This is very much about experimentation and learning. And our goal is to help you improve anywhere from your skill sets to help you challenge yourself to get more out of what you are interested in becoming as an interesting developer, and overall just help you try really cutting edge stuff that will become the norm in a few months to years. So we really want you to have fun, and our goal is to help you get there. So don't hesitate to reach out to us on Discord or email or anywhere else if you're interested in learning more about anything that's happening in Web3. So with that, I want to thank all of you for being part of the hackathon. Happy hacking. You may all resume your project building, and we are going to kick off our summit.